What's up, JB Navy? It's your Captain Jasmine Black, and I'm back with another video. And today's video is advice that I would give to baby strippers. Yes, you heard right, baby strippers, aka new dancers, the new millennial strippers, millennials, generational. What generation is this? ZXV? I don't know. I did an interview earlier this week with a UK magazine, and she asked me what advice would I give to baby strippers, and I was like, "What? That's what y'all call them now, baby strippers?" I'm sure she's referring to new girls who've just started dancing and very young. Yeah, I got a list of advice that I would like to give out to you guys, and we're going to get into it right now. I just stopped this video to tell you guys to go add me on Riff right now. Riff is a place where we can be live and have live conversations. So go add me because I'm going to be going live on Riff very soon. So the advice that I would give to a new girl entering the strip club industry, I would say, first, get you some really good quality outfits, okay? Back when I started dancing like in '09, what was that? Like, yeah, 2009.
Damn.
It was okay to go get the little lingerie set. It's really honestly corny now, but to go get the little lingerie set or like the swimsuit top and bottom, yeah, that type of stuff is played out. Nobody does that. You're not going to make any really good money dressing like that, and also you're not going to be able to like reach your full potential dressing that way. So definitely get you some dope quality outfits. You're in competition with a lot of different women in there, and you need to be top tier. And even if you're not going to be like super like overdressed, like you still want to be polished. Okay, you want to look like you've done this before. You want to look like you know what you're doing. You don't want to look like no new girl. And we could fish a new girl out like a mile away, depending on what she wore. So that type of stuff signifies that you're new. So if you're wearing lingerie or if you're wearing a bathing suit, yeah, you're signifying that you're a new girl. There's a lot of dope exotic dance providers online, and they do an awesome job. My favorite girl is J Customs. J Customs used to do a lot of our dance wear in Philly. Also, a person that I want to shout out is Backshot. I think she was before her time, and a lot of my outfits that came for her, I'm gonna see if I can find some pictures for y'all and put it in this video. But yeah, she was the queen of the dance outfits, and she was definitely ahead of her time, and she set a lot of trends. So yeah, just ask a girl that you see that dress real fly, or you like her outfits, and ask her where she get her outfits from. If not, do your own research, and you can find some stores online or near you. Tip number 2, keep them nails and them feet done, okay? I had an old boss by the name of Marv who he used to charge us $20 if our nails and our feet did not match. Also, he used to charge us $20 if we didn't have on a matching bra and panty set. I don't think he really cared too much about the money. I think it was more so trying to program us to be a certain type of women. I didn't really understand it then. I didn't like it then, but I get it now. And them type of habits and lessons stuck with me all the way to now. And also, it be a lot of men that are low key, have hand fetish and feet fetish, and you don't want to miss out on no coins because your feet all chapped up and your hands ain't done. So, definitely invest into always keeping your nails and feet done. Tip number 3 that I'm going to give out to you guys is to get vaginal waxes and armpit waxes. And butt crack waxes, for real, because I just think that getting a wax like maximizes your appearance in certain areas, and gets not like it doesn't like I just think shaving is what causes the darkening that we get, and you get less ingrown hairs and issues like that, and you just get a smooth, like sexy smooth look, especially if you work into a club that requires nudity. I know in Atlanta, majority of the clubs require nudity. So, you want to look, you want to look good naked too. So I suggest getting a wax opposed to shaving, to prevent dark spots and to maximize your appearance in certain areas. Also, along with that, I'm going to say you should put deodorant in your butt crack.
Really?
That leads me to tip number 4. Okay. I, That's what I used to do. That I used to put the spray deodorant, or even like I would take my hand and smooth the top of my deodorant and like put it, you know, in the crease. Seriously, I would do that because at the end of the day, we are human beings, and creases that are slapping together consistently can create a moisture or odor. And to prevent both, you want to, and especially if you work in a hot ass club, like them clubs get stupid hot. If you work in a hot club, you just want to put a little bit of deodorant in those creases, not a lot, because you don't want it to be changing colors while you're dancing, or you don't want to get it on a customer. But that is like a little secret hack that I just gave you guys. Like that deodorant works wonders, and it keeps you fresh throughout the night. So wipe and put a little bit of deodorant in that crack, in this crack, and in the inner thighs. Okay, so that was honestly tip number 4. Okay, makeup for tip number 5. Invest into getting your makeup done. And even if you're not like a super duper makeup girl, get your lashes done and do your eyebrows. Like, make sure you have clear skin. At the end of the day, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. If you look more seductive, if you look more, because every woman is beautiful. So I'm not going to say if you look more beautiful. You are beautiful as you are. But I'm saying if makeup brings out the seductive side of you, or maybe a fantasy looking like vibe to you, then you need to get your makeup done. You need to be honest enough with yourself to say, I look like this when I get my makeup done. Although I'm beautiful without it, I look like this when I get my makeup done. So invest into getting your makeup done. We know you naturally pretty, but people are looking for a fantasy. They're looking for seduction. So if it makes you more seductive looking to get your makeup done, get your makeup done. Get your makeup done. And like I said, even if you're like really, really against that, you really do not want to do that, do your lashes, do whatever you got to do to bring out that seductive fantasy look about yourself. But yeah, definitely invest into getting that done every single time you work. All right, point number 6. This is a little bit more serious. Don't do drugs. Once again, I know this is like a no-brainer, but I'm being dead serious. Do not do drugs. I don't care how much anxiety you got. I don't care how scared you feel. I don't care. Do not do drugs. Period. Point. But there is no excuse to be taking no drugs. I danced for 10 years and I've never done a drug this is right, both hands up to God. Both hands up to God. I've never done a drug in the strip club. Ever, ever, ever. If you cannot get through this, you don't need to be doing this. If you feel that bad or that overwhelmed, you don't need to be doing it. And I understand starter anxiety. I get that. Girl, have you a shot? Drink responsibly. But drugs? Mm-mm. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You are heading for disaster if you think that drugs is going to help you in this game. It's actually going to keep you in this game. It's going to keep you at a low point of this game, because what's going to happen is you're going to take these drugs and you're never going to be able to train yourself to do this job, because you're always taking a drug to sedate yourself. So if you're always sedating yourself, how are you ever really facing the job and getting used to the job and getting over that anxiety point? Okay, so no drugs. Absolutely not. Like I said, if you are having starter anxiety and things like that, just have a shot. Maybe just like, I don't know, find some type of exercise, find some type of something. Take your time in the club. Don't feel rushed. Don't feel like, I know we be watching the hours go by, and I think the top anxiety of dancers is, oh shit, it's 2:00 and we close at 4 and I've only made $60. Yeah, I understand that. But things will change and things will get better as you get comfortable in your skin, as you get comfortable with the club, and as you start to discover yourself. Like, as you start to discover yourself and you start to kind of like set your own rules, because in this game you can set your own rules. You can choose who you want to dance with, who you don't want to dance with. You could choose, who you want to entertain, who you don't want to entertain. And you could choose, in some clubs, you could choose whether you want to get on the stage, whether you don't want to get on the stage. You are your own boss. So once you start kind of like realizing that you control your world and others don't, I think your anxiety will start to go down. But I'm not meaning to ramble on that topic. But please don't do drugs to fight your anxiety. Don't do drugs to fight anything. Drugs don't do nothing for no situation. Okay. If anything, it makes it worse. And you don't want to be making the money and then spending the money on more drugs. That's the hole that I see a lot of girls in. One more thing. I'm going to end it here. I've seen so many girls get wrapped up in these drugs, work the whole day just to buy drugs. Like, who wants to be like that? So, like I said, no drugs. If you're fighting, starters anxiety, have a shot and drink responsibly, which leads me to my next thing about drinking. So this will be tip number 7. Please drink responsibly. Do not get sloppy drunk. It's not cute. It's not cool. You're still a professional. You have a job to do. You are a woman. Okay. You need to hold yourself to a certain standard, and being sloppy drunk is not cute. If anything, you're putting yourself in danger. You're putting yourself in danger. Okay. You're going to wind up at Junior's party. Those who know. You're going to wind up at Junior's party acting like that. Okay. Carry yourself with grace. Carry yourself with some type of professionalism. Be sophisticated. Okay. Carry yourself like a bad bitch. Carry yourself like a bad bitch. Drunk, falling all over the floor. That shit is not cool. And nobody, I don't know what man's fantasy is. I want me a drunk, sexy bitch to throwing up and falling all over the floor. I don't know who fantasy that is. It's not cute. Okay. So have you a couple shots, do your thing, get mellow, get warm and tingly inside, let out that Sasha Fierce. Because I know Sasha Fierce come out when we drinking. Sasha Fierce. Let Sasha Fierce out. But, and this is no shade. I don't even know if I should say this. I was going to say don't let out Cardi B, but I fuck with Cardi. So this ain't no shade to Cardi, but I'm just saying, like, yeah. Like, don't let out the beast, okay? Like, maintain yourself. Act like you got some sense, okay? Okay. Tip number 8. Don't go home with nobody. And let me say it. Don't go home with anybody, okay? Don't go home with people. And I know some of the girls do what the girls do, and that's fine. And I get it, okay? And this is a no judgment zone here. But even in them situations, what we like to call tricking, even if you tricking, which not all dancers do, by the way, but some do. We ain't gonna act oblivious to that. You still don't need to be going home with him on the first day of meeting him, right? So even if you are getting into that, I'm going to say, because I can't stop you from doing it if you are doing it, but I could probably save your life with a tip that I can give you. If you are into that, get that man's number and get to know him like you would anybody else. Don't be so eager for the money that you leave the club with the man you just met an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? Because he offered you some money. You're setting yourself up for danger. Get his number and get to know him and make that man your trick or make him your sugar daddy consistently. Don't just be out here wilding out like that. It's not ladylike. It's not cute. I embrace the sugar daddy culture. I did a video on sugar daddies a while ago, so I embrace the sugar daddy culture. I'm not really with, AKA prostitution or like tricking on like multiple men. If you find you a really good guy that don't want a relationship, but he wants to gift you for your time, I mean, I ain't knocking that at all. But I don't think that you should be leaving the club with people you just met. Get that man's number, get to know him. And I understand that that's what he wants right then and there. He's going to find somebody to give it to. But trust me, he got more. It's more where that came from. And I just don't want you putting yourself in danger. Okay. And I just feel like I know that sometimes it gets hard on money, but your safety means more. And it's not like you came into the club that night and knew that you was going to run into a guy that was willing to give you some money, that amount of money anyway. I understand. Like, it's not like you knew that was going to happen. So you should be fine. Like, you will be okay without taking that money right then and there. So if you can, please get to know these guys before you go home with them. Okay. And just be safe. Send your location to a close friend or family member where you are at all times. Even just period, all the dancers, period, everybody just send a location. just period. Send it to somebody you trust, somebody you don't mind being in your business, because you need to leave it on indefinitely. But I do encourage dancers to send their location once they start dancing to somebody that they trust indefinitely. Treat these guys like you're interviewing them to be like you honestly like them. Like it's somebody that you're thinking about being involved with or something like that. Like, and I know this sounds like too much, but it's really not. So if you run into a guy that's offering you some money for your time, get his number, talk to him, make him take you out on a little date, see what he really got, see if he really who he say he is. You know what I'm saying? And then let things happen how they happen. Okay? And be compensated for your time. I can't stress this enough. Please don't leave the club with people you don't know. Okay. I'm moving on now. This leads me to the next tip. I forgot what number I'm on. So get your gun permit. Period. Lock, loaded. Get your gun permit. Get your gun permit. We are in 2022. Things are insane. People are insane. And I have nothing but positive energy for the world. But I have to be realistic and say that it may get worse. Get your gun permit. I want all my girls locked and loaded and protected. And what better protection is there than protecting yourself? Get you your gun permit and get you a gun. Okay? I'm not trying to scare you or nothing like that. But the type of job that you're in, it is a predator's dream. It's a predator's dream to catch a girl and to rob her and take her money and possibly do harm to her. So please get you a gun permit, especially in these times. Next tip, another reason why you need to keep your gun permit on you. Please don't leave the club with your money all out. Like, and what I mean by that is in the trash bag era. And what I mean by trash bag era is when girls used to make so much money, we had to put it in black trash bags. Girls was leaving the club like Santa Claus with the bag on a back, leaving outside the club. Like customers could see it, people could see it, customers will linger around. That's not safe. And we don't live in that time period anymore. It's like I said, it's wild right now. Please don't leave the club showing your earnings. Don't leave the club with your money bag in your hand. Don't walk to your car with your money bag in your hand. Don't wear those clear bags that y'all like to wear to show everybody y'all made money. Like, don't do that, period. And if you are a girl that happened to be in a section where the money was crazy and everybody's seeing it, make sure you're one of the last people to leave. Okay? And these are safety tips. These are real things that you're going to have to do to make sure that you're not harmed and to make sure you're safe. So if you're a girl that made a whole bunch of money that night and it was obvious that you made a lot of money, make sure you're one of the last people to leave and make sure you have security take you to your car. Which leads me to my next tip. Try to avoid Ubers. I don't like Ubers because it was a couple times that an Uber made me uncomfortable. My car was in the shop and he picked me up from work and took me home. And as he was dropping me off at home, he tried to make conversation with me. And it dawned on me this man knew where I worked and where I lived. That made me super duper uncomfortable. And it happened more than once. And I just don't think it's safe. At the end of the day, yeah, they work for a company, but these are regular everyday people. So if you can avoid taking Ubers, avoid it. But if you can't, once again, you got your gun permit, protect yourself, and just be aware. Be aware, you know what? You can honestly, since you're using the Uber app, you can honestly take a screenshot of the people who dropped you off. But I think your Uber shows your history as well. So he could play if he wants to. He gonna go to jail. Okay. Or he gonna get shot, period. So, either way, you're going to be good. But that's just my advice, to try to stay away from Ubers and taxis and things like that when you're going from club to home and home to club. So, and this is my last tip for this video. This is part 1 of this video. If you want a part 2, make sure you comment down below. If you even got some more tips, share them with me in the comments and we could chat about them. And I could put them in the next video and give you a shout out for your comment. But my last piece of advice for this video is don't let nobody bully you. Period. Don't let nobody bully you, disrespect you. And what I mean by that is address that shit every single time. Address it every single time in the most professional, calmest way. Like, listen, You're not going to talk to me like that. And if you continue to talk to me like that, we're just not going to have a conversation. Yeah, I've never really had to fight in the club. I've always addressed things. I've always stood up for myself, but I've never really had to fight. And I do honestly believe it's because I check it from the door and I check it in the most professional, calmest way. I'm not going to give you what you want. I'm not going to feed into your energy. Actually, I'm gonna make you feed into mine and bring it down a couple notches, okay? And you're gonna watch who you're talking to. You're gonna keep it cute. And yeah, I've never really had to fight. But trust me, I've definitely been the center of attention. I've definitely been people have tried me for sure, and I've checked it every single time. And I suggest you do the same, because if you don't, it's going to be one person, then it's going to be two people, then it's going to be a group of people thinking that they can do it. So make sure that you are always addressing disrespect. I'm not saying address every single thing, because everything doesn't need to be addressed, but clear, direct, in front of everybody type of disrespect, you have to check it. It's a battlefield in that club. And the harder times get, the more desperate people become, the more angrier they become. And it's always been like that. Every single time there was a slow night or girls didn't make money, there was a fight, there was an argument, there was always something. So as things get tight, girls they're going to get catty. And you're going to have to just check disrespect. So don't let nobody bully you. Don't let nobody make that type of example out of you. And stand up for yourself at all times, okay? So as we get to the end of this video, I just want to encourage you guys to go click this link down below of Rift. Rift. I have now joined Rift. I am a content creator on Rift, and I would love for you guys to check out that link, create you a Rift account, because I want to talk to you guys and be able to have like one-on-one conversation with you guys and do some Q&As. My first Q&A is coming up, and I'm going to post it on the community page here on YouTube. And I want you guys to be able to come in and talk to me and chat with me. It's all cool when I put out a video and I can read you guys' comments or DMs and stuff like that. But Rift allows all of us to speak to each other. We can do it on camera. You can we can all be like on one big floor, like where we're all on our cameras, kind of like how Tiny Chat used to be. Or we can talk, like you could turn your camera off and you could just talk through your mic. But just being able to talk to you guys and like have interaction with you guys live and direct and spend some time with you guys, I'm excited about that, and I really, really want to do that. So if you guys can go down below and download Rift and get ready for my first night of being on Rift, I would love for you guys to show up and to come through and to come kick it with me for a little bit. Also, I'm going to be putting a link here for you guys to give me your email so you never miss anything that I'm doing. I have so many things that I'm going to be doing. I have interviews coming out with certain magazines, and I want you guys to see it first. I want you guys to be a part of my community. So give me your email address, sign up for that Rift, and you won't miss a beat, okay? I love you guys so much. Shout out to the JB Navy, and I'm out.